I'll record the last 5 minutes, I guess. Oh, well. I guess I'm not going to be posting that much. All right. So actually, why don't I just type in a Word document for you guys? There we go, Word. So what I'm going to do for you guys, just for expediency's sake, is I'm going to type my commodity ones for you guys, since Jasmine had such a great pivot for us. So for commodities like gold, silver, all the rare earths, here's the ones that are on my trading list. These are either actual stock of miners or metals processors or ETFs related to them. Of course, there's Nugget, MP, LAC. There's Albemarle, that's the lithium company, TMQ. Again, do your homework on these. Take a look at what the trends are. Take a look at what they mine. Never go into any stock that you hear from somebody blindly. But that's why we learn. We learn to do our own research. Royal Gold, I think that's a miner there. This one's silver. That's a silver ETF. So we have the gold ETF. There's the gold ETF and silver equivalent. There's METC, which is one of the rare earth ones. Physical gold. What's unique about this ETF is they actually physically have the gold that you're trading, which I find pretty neat. There is ounce, another gold, lots of gold ones. IAUM. AU, of course, is the chemical symbol for gold, so that's a clever little ticker symbol there. And of course, one called bar, like gold bar. So for a lot of the commodities, those are them. So feel free to take a look at those. We've got the last 10 minutes, which is usually our wrap up. Do we got any questions out there? I think I shared a lot of the. Actually, I have a couple more sister ones. These two ETFs in particular, their strategy is to have a 20% yield. Period. So this one's SPY-T. This is one based on the S&P 500. I put about 2% in that. And then its sister ETF QQQT, which is the tech stocks or the NASDAQ 100 stocks. So both of these have a minimum 20% yield, which is their strategy. Pretty stable NAV price. The share prices actually are pretty affordable. You're probably talking about, just under $20 a share each. If you get them on a down day, even better. So that way you don't have to worry too much about your share price erosion if you get in cheaper. And then if the share price doesn't do anything, fine, you're still going to get paid 20%, which is pretty nice. So I didn't want to forget those, because as I'm looking down my list, I go, oh, I forgot to tell you guys about that. So quite a variety there. One that's similar but is different from all of them. This one tracks its share price based on volatility. So this one's called SVOL, and this one I've owned for at least 3 or 4 years. And the reason why is because it's of consistency. This one's a monthly payer, but consistent every single month. You're going to get paid between 25-30 cents a share, usually close to 30. The share price really doesn't do much, but the share price will go up if the market is more volatile. So you can actually take advantage of volatility and get a decent dividend along the way. So I think I already told you about BITC, but the other Bitcoin ETF that I'll put money in each month is BITO. If I had to pick between the two, I'd probably pick the newer one, BITC, because its share price has been a little more stable over time. Both pay a solid monthly dividend. So, any other questions? Yeah, we have a question here. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Great question. A liquidity question. So, question here is when you're looking at volume, and again, volume is like my number one rule that I learned. When you're looking at buying stock, you want to look at something really liquid. You want something that's traded 1 million shares uh, a day at least, because you know you're going to get a fair price for it. One thing with the ETFs, especially the newer ones, they may not trade. 1 million shares a day, if they, especially if they haven't been around. The ones that have been around a while, they'll probably change. They could be trading 1 million shares a day, but uh, because these are not stocks, I'm not applying the same liquidity rule to these. So, and I'm since I'm planning to dollar cost average them, just buy them whether they're high or low each month, I'm not as concerned about getting a fair price. I'm concerned about making sure I just average down. So, unlike the stocks that I'll buy each month, I want those to have high liquidity, or the stocks I trade each week. I want those to have high liquidity because I need a fair price before I get into a good trade. So liquidity is rule number one. But with these income ETFs, because I'm buying these for a different reason, I'm buying these to replace my job income. Then yeah, I'm trying to get into the right ones at any time, every single week. So when I'm buying uh, shares of Meta and Netflix, which are my at least my two of the month since February. Uh, I'm just dollar cost averaging into those, but they have high volume. You know, I'm trying to get in as low price or low average price as possible for those. Will I change from Netflix and Meta each month? Maybe if I see something better. But Graham, all right. Do you trade for a fee on behalf of new people who want to get into investing? Oh, you know what? I haven't had that question asked for me too much. I don't. Uh, I just trade for me. but if you are if you ever want to pick my brain, then my text is always open for you to pick my brain at any time. So again, I'm all about the education because I want everyone to be able to take the initiative and keep all your money and not have to pay for someone else to do it for you. I want all your money to work for you. That's why I don't pay someone to do it. I do it myself because I want to keep all my money and make it work for me. Because the key, and I'm talking big picture here, the key is to buy your time back. Because if you have a job, what are you doing? You're trading your time for money. And what is your most valuable resource? It's your time. So if you could buy that back, then that's where you could take some of that power. So I've been very fortunate to be able to teach myself how to do this and get the credentials behind it, of course. But yeah, this is a potentially life changing stuff if you could build this over time. Right. Yeah. Fantastic questions. I really appreciate you coming out to the stream. I'm going to have another one. Unfortunately, it won't be live since I will be in Thailand. But I apologize for those of you that are watching the recording of this. I forgot to hit record until the last few minutes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the recording on, and I'm going to type in the Word document so you can see in the video all of the monthly and weekly ETFs that we talked about today. And to wrap up, two of the big things we talked about for the first part of the agenda on the market. NVIDIA's earnings are out, blowout quarter, and job numbers are out for September. More jobs created than expected. So market was up big, and now for some reason it's down. So thanks so much, everybody.
If there's no questions,
I have a question. This is
yeah, go
Pandora.
ahead. Yeah,
I
sure.
called in.
Yeah.
I didn't see no sheet where I can sign in.
Oh, okay. Let me
I'm on a
uh do
phone,
you have
so
okay, you're on the phone. Do you have access to the
yeah.
you don't have access to the chat box, do you?
No, not on the phone. It's a
Okay,
call in, so
that's
yeah.
okay. Since I'm recording this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write your name in the chat box so that I know to give you credit. What's your first name?
Okay. Pandora
Okay. And last name?
Ward, WARD.
WARD. Great. Thanks, Elisa. All right. Okay. Great, Pandora. I got your name in the chat box. And
All
so when
right,
I look
thank
at
you.
your recording, I know it's you. Anybody
Okay.
else that I need to make sure you get extra credit for?
I me, and then I had a quick question as well.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Um, on the group projects for Fin 3400, are we supposed to
Oh,
do
yeah.
a voiceover over the PowerPoint? Because originally the
No, it's
instructions said to present it.
Um, yeah, those basically, if you were presenting it face to face in my class. But no, that's a fantastic question. I had a couple of groups do voiceovers last term, but it's not required actually. So, oh, Jasmine R. Okay, great. Thanks, Jasmine. You typed in your name right there for me. No, voiceovers are not required. Just the slides for our online class. So we're good. We're good without the voiceover. If you want to do a voiceover, awesome. I love those, but not required. Thanks,
Okay.
Amanda. All right. What is your name so I can type it in the chat box?
Patrick Lambert.
Patrick Lambert. All right. Awesome. Went ahead and typed it in. I got you in there. All right. Oh, great. Thanks, Trinity. Yeah, I got six classes, so I had like 200 students. So sometimes it's hard for me to remember who's in which class. So it's great that you guys remind me. Oh, what was that again? Oh, I'm sorry. I could barely hear you. I've turned up
Did
my
you
volume.
get Graham?
Graham.
Yes.
Okay, Graham is your first name or last name?
First,
First name.
last name is Watch.
Okay, Graham Watch.
Watts. WATT.
WATT. Great, awesome. Graham Watt. I got you.
WATTS.
WATTS.
S.
All right, Graham Watts. Perfect. Thanks for telling me that because that way I want to make sure you get the extra credit too. Awesome. Gotcha. All right. Thanks, Tatitha. Oh, oh. Yes, of course. Thanks for coming by, and yeah, it's been awesome. It is beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to be there for a couple weeks. All right, all right. Just chat with one of our students here in the fintech room. All right. Well, again, it's been wonderful for everyone. I'm gonna keep the recording going as I type in. For the benefit of those watching on YouTube, I'm gonna make sure you guys get the other ones that other ones I talked about for the weeklies and monthlies on this Word document. So thanks everyone, and just keep your eyes open on the email, and I'll let you know when we have our next virtual meeting. Hey, thanks, Graham. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and start typing to make sure that anyone that missed today's meeting knows some of the stuff. So, for those of you watching the YouTube recording, these are a lot of the commodity ones that I've been trading lately. And then here on the right are the weeklies slash monthly ETFs that I mentioned. So, the ones I'm typing in right now on the right, especially actually, I'm going to start here at the top,
are the foundational ones that I probably have a higher percentage of because the share price is fairly stable and still has a solid payout. JEPI and JEQ. And then there is JPIX and GPIQ. A couple real solid. These four are pretty much my foundation. A lot of these are some other high ETFs that I'll put smaller percentages in. These are Bitcoin related. That's a volatility related. The yield max ones, just be cautious with a lot of those because of the NAV erosion. Here's one on Ethereum. Let's see. This one's an Apple-based monthly payer. This one's an NVIDIA monthly payer. This one's a Meta one, a Palantir one. Let's see. This one's a Netflix-based one. This one has a been really solid for me. FEPI, I'll put about 8% in that one. This one's the artificial intelligence one I mentioned, AIPI. ZVol is another volatility one. And here are the weekly pairs that I'm in so far. QDT and XDTE are pretty much staples. They've been pretty solid over the last couple of years. RDTE is the Russell 2000, but I put a small percentage in that one. YBTC, another Bitcoin one. This one's one based on Coinbase, although I'd probably put a small percentage in that one. This one is a crypto one for multiple crypto companies. This one is a weekly pair for NVIDIA. A weekly pair for Apple, which has done very well. This one is a weekly pair for gold. This one's a weekly pair for Palantir. Put that here. This one's a weekly pair for Alphabet, which is Google. Done really, really well. This one's based on the stock Robinhood weekly pair. This one's the Magnificent Seven, which is like all the big boys: Apple, Amazon, NVIDIA, Tesla, Meta, Microsoft, so forth. This one is microchips, so chippy. And then this one's a brand new one. Again, caution with this one. I may want to suggest maybe giving it a few months or a few weeks to see how it does. But this one's blocks based on crypto and the blockchain. So again, for those of you that are watching the YouTube video, I apologize for not hitting record, but I wanted to make sure you got to share in the same information that we were talking about earlier. So what's going on in the market, and then stocks and ETFs that pay you more often than once a quarter. So enjoy, and hopefully your investing is successful. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and stop.